Hey guys, so today we're taking a bit of a break from HTML and looking at a Python program on string reversal. So here we go. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at a Python function since it's been a Python program, since it's been quite a while since we've actually looked at one. And we'll be taking our focus off of HTML and doing them side by side for a bit. So we're going to be looking at a string reversal today. So we're going to be writing not a function, but basically here we have this Baba black sheep, and then here we have B. So what we're going to do is we're going to be writing it backwards basically. So we're just reversing the string. So if I run it, you can see that Baba black sheep is basically written the other way around. So there's two ways of doing this. First one with a for loop, and then second with a while loop. So we're going to be looking at both of them. So here we have the string, and then we have an empty string B. Then for I in range, length of A minus 1. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of the characters in Baba black sheep basically, including the spaces. Minus 1. 2 minus 1. So we're basically taking the length, this is how many times it should run. And it should jump minus 1 steps, and it should start it should run from the back. So basically it should read P first, then E, then H, then S, then the space, and so on. So that's what we're basically doing if I run it again. You see that first it's starting from minus 1, so that's what the for loop means, that we've gone through this before, that it starts with the minus 1, 1 minus 1 is for the back, and then this other one is that it's supposed to jump with minus 1. So it's basically, so normally it iterates like this, that it starts here, then 1, then 2, then 3. And instead we're starting with minus 1, and then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and so on. Then here we have a comment print statement, and then there's print A of I, which is kind of unnecessary to be honest. So it's quite short after that. So yeah. So then we have B is equal to B plus AI. So I is basically which number it is on right now, and then A of I is, we're using index. So that's the current index for whichever alphabet they're on, or whichever character they're on. And then print B in the very end. So if I bring it back and we look at the print A of I, so then you see it starts with the P, then the E, then the E. So first I is first I is minus 1, then it becomes minus 2, then minus 3, then minus 4, then minus 5, minus 6, and so on. And then in the end, we're just printing the final result here. So I is a number that's moving backwards and negative, and then we're just doing A of I. So then the next method that we have is this one with the while loop. So here we have the string Baba black sheep again, and then A is list a string. So yeah, we're basically, if I just run it once, yeah. So here we have A is list string, and then we have left, which is 0, and then we're setting right to minus 1. So after that, we have while left is smaller than the length of A by 2. So whatever the length here right now of list of strings. So if I just say print A, so you can get a better idea of it, and then run it. So you see, it's basically converted every single character into part of the list. So then whatever the length of A is, so this whole thing, divided by 2. So while left is smaller than this. Then we're just doing while we were doing the sorting, you might have remembered it was basically like this, that we just take one, then replace it. So we're taking B is equal to A of right, which is basically minus 1, so P. Then, so B is now set to P. Then A of right is equal to A left. Left right now is 0, so it's basically taking B. And then we have A of left. So now A of right is set to B, and then A of left is equal to B. And B right now is P. So then you see that it's basically just switching. And then we're incrementing and decreasing the values of left and right, respectively. After that, we have looked at the join function before. So we're just doing like join A and then print the string. So that's what we're getting in the end. So that's basically that we can use both the for loop and the while loop to do the string reversal like this. So you can write whatever you want and then just do a string reversal on it. For the while loop, it's a bit more complicated because you have to actually switch it, while in for loop, you're just like reading it and, yeah, storing it in B.